Greetings to you, dear listeners. I am here today again for yet an important message. We all have to understand that the prosperity that we experience in life, the level of prosperity that you get or that you achieve in life, is totally dependent on the level of prosperity that you possess in your soul. The level of prosperity that you achieve in life is directly proportional to the level of prosperity that you possess in your soul. What I'm trying to say is this: without having prosperity within, you can never have prosperity without. You can never have prosperity without. And another thing, the amount, let me use simple words that even a young child will understand. The amount of prosperity that you have within you is directly proportional or is equal to the amount of prosperity that you have without you. In other words, on the outside. On the outside. You cannot be poor on the inside and expect to be rich on the outside. That is impossible. What I want to tell you, in the last video I told you people we are going to be sharing messages. This is the first message that we have started sharing. That how far you will prosper or how big you will prosper is totally dependent on how big you prosper first on the inside. You find people looking for wealth, looking for money here and there. You will never get money until you first get money on the inside. For you to get money on the outside, you must have money on the inside. You must possess that money on the inside. I know you will understand this. I know you will understand this. It has started. The level of prosperity that you're going to have on the outside is squarely equal, exclusively equal to the level of prosperity that you have on the inside. I will use other words. The level of wealth that you have on the outside, in terms of material wealth, depends upon how much you're wealthy in your soul. In your soul. If someone is 30% rich, it means that in his soul, that person is actually 30% rich. You cannot be 30% rich outside and then on the inside you are 50% rich. No, it is the same. It is what? It is the same thing. It is the same thing. You are 30% rich on the outside, you are 30% rich on the inside. It starts from the inside. I am 60% on the inside rich. I am 60% on the outside rich. If you read the book of 3 John, the third episode of John the Apostle, he says, it was written unto Gaius, the beloved Gaius. He says, I wish above all things that thou mayest prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospereth. Even as. Even means the same as. Even as thy soul prospereth. I wish above all things. That is a very pregnant verse. There is so much of the revelation out of that verse. It's very pregnant. I wish above all things that you may prosper and be in health, even as thy soul prospers. That means the same way your soul prospers on the inside, the same way you will prosper on the outside. The same way. Now, I want to talk about prosperity on the inside. What is the significance of it? What do we mean when we talk of prosperity on the inside? What do we mean by prosperity on the inside? It has to do with the graces that God gives us on the inside. Faith, hope, love. But in this case and in this video, I am going to talk about faith. Faith on the inside determines the level of prosperity you have on the inside. If you have faith on the inside, it means the amount of faith you have on the inside, the amount of prosperity you have on the outside. Because if you read that scripture in 3 John, it continues and says that, beloved, thou doest faithfully whatsoever thou doest unto the brethren and to strangers. Thou doest faithfully. You do, let me use it in literal or contemporary English. It says, you do faithfully whatsoever you do unto the brethren and to strangers. You do it faithfully. You do it in love. You do it in peace. Prosperity on the inside has to do with peace, has to do with faith, has to do with love. It has to do with faith. It has to do with peace. If you don't have peace and faith, or rather faith and peace, because peace is a product of faith. So I rather start it by saying, if you don't have faith and peace, if you don't have, meaning 0%, you can never have prosperity on the outside. That's why you see people languishing in the streets. That's why you see people languishing in the wilderness. Yeah, you see people loitering in the wilderness. You see people moving in the streets. Now in Gulu City, they have a specified name for them. They call them Ago. You become Ago. Iduga Go. It's not really admirable. It's not admirable. So the level, I don't want to prolong this message. That scripture is pregnant, and we shall have more messages or more parts of the same message. We are dealing with prosperity now. And we are saying that the extent of your prosperity on the outside is dependent entirely. It's entirely dependent on the level of your prosperity on the inside. It's entirely dependent on the level of your prosperity on the inside. Solomon was a man that confessed his freedom after God delivered him from all his distresses, from all his enemies round about. All his enemies round about. God delivered him from all distress of soul. He had peace. And what was the product of that? Wealth. He was wealthy. At one point, the Queen of Sheba heard of his fame concerning the name of the Lord, and she came to Jerusalem with a very great train, with spices, with all sorts of precious stones, to come and witness the glory that was revealed unto Solomon, to witness the prosperity that was revealed unto Solomon. He became rich because he was rich first on the inside. Let's not struggle for wealth. As I conclude, don't struggle so much for material things. Work on your soul. Ugandans, work on your soul. This, I'm telling you the truth. Work on your soul first. At some point in life, you will get to realize that I told you the truth. At some point in life, you'll realize that I, Odoch Jimmy Bryan, told you the truth. Work on the prosperity of your soul. The other one comes automatically. The other one comes automatically. That is the sermon for today. The level of prosperity on the outside is directly proportional to the level of prosperity on the inside. This is the law of nature. This is the law of God. Be blessed as we wait for the next video. Thank you so much.